I'm Gary Webb. I'm the regional manager for the Central South, which is comprised of Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma. Roughly 823 megawatts total in my region that I'm responsible for. As far as installed capacity here at Blue Canyon, we have 250 turbines, 423 megawatts. At max production here at Blue Canyon, we could power over 180,000 homes in the area. I've been with the company for 7 years, 46 years old. I was in the Air Force. I retired in 2008 in May, and I came to work for EDPR in June of 2008. I was a crew chief, flying crew chief on helicopters. We were the pilot program at Blue Canyon 5. Backing up to probably May time frame of 2014, the decision was made that we would create a case for it and seek approval. We were successful in doing that. The self-perform model, it differs greatly in what we were doing before. Before we were basically, we're managing the contracts and we're doing quality assurance checks and that's it. So our staffing levels were very low. We repair the turbines. If a turbine's faulted, we send a troubleshooting crew out and they physically fix the turbine. We also have to do the scheduled services, which are 2 cycles per year. Our old model, you would have an operations manager, you'd have an admin, and you would have either 1 or 2 lead technicians, which would be based off of how many megawatts you were managing. So your staff was very small. Currently we have over 12 people that work just here at Blue Canyon alone. So it brings a lot of different dynamics. We had to purchase all the tooling, created a tooling list, and we also had to purchase 3 new trucks, 1 for the lead tech and 2 for the service crews. Now Metal Lake is self-performing. Top Crop and Rail Splitter are also self-performing. A typical day of work on a wind farm like here at Blue Canyon, it's kind of, again, I'm gonna tell you 2 parts. One, the OEM piece, and then I wanna talk to you about the self-perform piece. As far as the OEM piece comes in, our normal day here is 7 to 3:30, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And we'll come in and we'll do a stand-up briefing. We'll make sure everyone's here that's supposed to be here. And we'll go through what our work for the day is going to be. Once we have that plan of the day, the OEM provider goes back over and executes the plan of the day. And then we turn our focus back to the self-perform piece. If there's any down turbines, like on a given day, you may have 1 faulted turbine or 2, and they'll give a parts list to the technicians. The technicians go to our, Jennifer Beck is our inventory parts coordinator. She'll pull the parts for them. They'll load all their equipment in the trucks and they'll dispatch, and they'll be in the field roughly about 8 a.m. And they return, given on an average day, they return back about 4 p.m. This is a bore scope kit used to check the gearboxes. It also can be utilized to check main bearings. It's a proactive approach to see excessive wear on components, to where we can manage the replacement and or catch a gearbox before it catastrophically fails.
My name's Larry Martin. I am the turbine reliability engineer for the Central South region for EDPR. I've been working for EDPR for 5 years. I've been in the wind industry for 12 years, and I am 36 years old. So I was brought on early enough for the self-perform on BC5. My role, and a role of other people, mainly my deal was to get all the tools that we're gonna need. So I'd help with Travis Anderson, Robert Akins, the whole team here helped me get that accomplished. I leave about 6 o'clock, and then I email those off to the site leads so they could diagnose them. And then I'm just there for questions. I usually get with one of the leads and We do some bore scoping, so we go up there and try to fix out what the problem is with either low water or fans aren't working. I lived in Surreal for the last 12 years. I was born in Phoenix, Arizona, and I was stationed at Fort Seal, Oklahoma, just right down the road. I met my wife, she's from Surreal, and we got married and had a kid and moved back here, and we've lived here for the last 12 years. Well, this is where my wife was born, about 2 blocks just ahead of us. This is where she went to school. This is where my youngest goes to school now. This is the Surreal Elementary School. It's a very quiet neighborhood. Most of the people are farmers, or most of them work in Chickasha or Lawton. Yeah, when my kids aren't at school, they're usually playing basketball or football. My son's playing football right now, and my daughter's playing softball. But it's a pretty small community. Everybody pretty much knows everybody. If you get in trouble, everybody knows that you got in trouble.
As far as exporting our self-perform models to North America and globally, yes, in North America it is. I'm not sure global will become a reality. I think the size of the wind farms may keep us from doing that. The business model, the return on investment may not be there. So globally, maybe, but definitely in North America, we're expanding in our self-perform model.